Welcome to another monthly portfolio update. If you are stopping by for the first time, please do me a favor, subscribe to the channel and hit the like button. In this video, I will share with you how much I invested in my taxable account in April, how many shares I bought, and the value of my portfolio at the end of April. But as always, before I continue, a quick disclaimer. The information that I'm sharing is not financial advice. Before you invest in anything, please do your own research and make sure that you only invest in things that you understand. With that being said, I will dive right into my portfolio update. I will start with a quick recap of my March portfolio to show you the value of the portfolio and how many shares I had before the beginning of April. The total value of my portfolio at the end of March was $63,750.67. $63,706.10 was the market value of my investments, and $44.57 was a cash amount. At the end of March, my portfolio was up $13,164.48. This was a plus 26.05%. These are my holdings: 2 Vanguard ETFs and the 2 BlackRock ETFs. VCN is a Vanguard ETF that tracks the Canadian market. I had 94 shares of VCN at the end of March. VFV is a Vanguard S&P 500 Index ETF. This is the Canadian version of VOO. I had 264 shares of VFV at the end of March. XEQT is a BlackRock ETF. This is an all-in-one equity ETF which holds Canadian equities, US equities, developed market equities outside of North America, and emerging market equities. I had 444 shares of XEQT at the end of March. If you are interested in holding a single equity ETF which is globally diversified, you might consider looking into XEQT. Vanguard has also a similar ETF which is a VEQT. XUU is a BlackRock ETF that tracks the US total stock market, and I had 242 shares of XUU at the end of March. I will now show you how much I invested in April and how many shares I bought. I bought 2 shares of VCN. The cost per share was $44.81. The total cost, $89.61. This was 12% of the amount that I invested in April. I bought 2 shares of VFV. The cost per share was $125.07. The total cost, $250.13. This was 34% of the amount that I invested in April. I bought 6 shares of XEQT. The cost per share was $29.75. The total cost, $178.52. This was 25% of the amount that I invested in April. I bought 4 shares of XUU. The cost per share was $51.82. The total cost, $207.28. This was 29% of the amount that I invested in April. In total, I bought 14 shares, all the ETFs combined, and the total amount that I invested in April was $725.54. This is $218.53 more than the amount that I invested in March. As you can see, in March I invested $507.01, and in April, $725.54. The difference is plus $218.53. This amount is mostly the dividend I received for Q1 2024 that I have reinvested. Actually, I reinvest all the dividend that I receive. In the long run, this will make a big difference in my total return. The total equity of my portfolio at the end of April was $62,907.63. $62,904.72 was the market value of my investments, and $2.91 was the cash amount. At the end of April, my portfolio was up $11,637.56. This was a plus 22.70%. As of April the 30th, I had 96 shares of VCN, 266 shares of VFV, 450 shares of XEQT, and 246 shares of XUU. All right, let's now take a look at some quick details about each of the positions. I will start with VCN. The closing market price on April the 30th was $44.29. The quantity of shares I had, 96. The average price, $40.70. The book value, which is how much I have invested in VCN, was $3,907.53. The market value was $4,251.84. This was 6.76% of my portfolio. VCN was up $344.31, or 8.81%. Next, we have VFV. The closing market price on April the 30th was $123.06. The quantity of shares that I had, 266. The average price, $97.08. The book value, $25,823.55. The market value was $32,733.96. This was 52.03% of my portfolio. VFV was up $6,910.41, or 26.76%. Then we have XEQT. The closing market price on April the 30th was $29.57. The quantity of shares that I had, 450. The average price, $25.32. The book value, $11,397.08. The market value was $13,306.50. This was 21.15% of my portfolio. X equity was up $1,909.42, or 16.75%. Finally, we have XUU. The closing market price on April the 30th was $51.27. The quantity of shares that I had, 246. The average price, $41.21. The book value, $10,139. The market value was at $12,612.42. This was 20.05% of my portfolio. XOU was up $2,473.42, or 24.40%. The stock market declined in April. My portfolio went from 26.05% at the beginning of the month to 22.70% at the end of the month. This is a decrease of 3.35%, even though I invested $725 in April. The S&P 500 index fell 4.10% in April, and this is its first monthly decline of 2024. In the past couple of months, investors were anticipating the Fed to start cutting interest rates soon. However, the March inflation data that was released in April was harder than expected. On a year-over-year basis, inflation rose by 3.5%. This is an uptick from the 3.2% year-over-year rise in February. With this high inflation data, investors have started reassessing their expectations of when the Fed will begin to cut interest rates. Some economists and finance analysts are now anticipating a rate cut later in the year. There are even some who think there won't be a rate cut in 2024 at all. We will see in the coming weeks and months how all this will impact the stock market and whether there will be some kind of correction. Whatever happens, I will stay the course, keep investing consistently, and focus on the long term. If there's a correction, I will see it as an opportunity, and I will deploy more capital in the market to buy shares at a discount. Alright, feel free to leave a comment below. Please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching. I will see you next time with another update. Peace out.